Hey guys, here with Haohmaru on Z8 Games North American Lost Saga version. He just came out on this version, so a lot of people might be kind of curious about his input commands, how to do them, and what they are, and maybe some tactics behind the character, so we'll try and cover all that here. Inputs, if you're unfamiliar with what they are, they're basically directional key based attacks off your normal attacks, so you can know off your jump attacks, your hold D attack, your regular attacks, etc. Haohmaru, one thing to know about his inputs, you cannot link your attack inputs, so you're stuck with doing one attack input and that is it. So if you try to do more past that, you cannot do any more inputs after that. You can still input off your dash inputs, but not off your attack inputs, so keep that in mind. So let's get into the commands. So your left and down input, this is basically your quick dasher, so same attack, same effect. You can do this off your air attack. You can see your air attack is a half feint, so if you do your left and down input off of your air attack, it is a guaranteed follow-up unless they have a counter gear. The main thing you need to learn with your left and down input, however, is how to use it off your hold D Whirlwind to lift people off the ground. You got to get the positioning right, and then you follow it up with the hold D, and you get a nice air launcher off of your left and down input. So that's a vital part of Haohmaru's moveset right there. Your other inputs are your Whirlwind input. This is down and right. So down and right, you can do this off your jump attack as a guaranteed follow-up. Might be a little bit easier, even to me, doing that as a follow-up to your jump attack rather than your left and down, but I prefer left and down. The main thing you want to learn with this is how to use your double whirlwinds effectively. This can make for longer combos if you do the double whirlwinds. So a little bit crooked there, but you get the general idea there. You can do multiple double whirlwinds with your down and right input off your hold D. So that's one vital part of doing his longer combos, doing the double whirlwinds. Your last input for attacks is your right and down. This is basically your dash attack in input form. Best way to use this is off your basics, doing your juggles off your basics. So if you launch someone and you start into your basics, you do the right and down follow up off that. So let's try this again here. I messed up. I messed up again. So yeah, I got a little work to do on Haohmaru myself, guys. So I'm right there with you. There we go. Got it. So yeah, you can use that to extend your basic attack juggles. It decays really fast, so maybe only do it once or twice. That's what I would recommend. Use it to set up your ground positioning. So yeah, that's about it for the attack inputs. Let's get into the dash inputs here. So your left. Your left is a simple back step. It works left no matter what direction you're facing, and it does go through people as well, so keep that in mind. Your right is a forward dash step. Pretty simple and straightforward. And you can actually do these back to back as well, so you can do a double back step or you can do a double forward step. So really nice system for dashing, so you can be really confusing. So maybe you might want to fake people out like that, do them back to back. You have one more input, is your duck input. Your duck input is pretty much ducking to the ground, as you would imagine with something called a duck input. You can do this twice in a row if you're good. Do double push-ups there. Get a workout. But yeah, your duck input can duck projectiles and a few attacks. Not all attacks, but it can duck a few attacks. So it's a really neat thing to learn. Really advanced kind of tactic to learn. And we'll go over a little bit of a few tactics with the duck attacks. Like you might want to duck into an input, duck a projectile, and go into your whirlwind input to follow up and hurt someone like a space trooper. So let's go into your skills here, guys. So your skills, your weapon skill, it's actually pretty nice. I wouldn't heavily recommend the weapon skill. It's kind of unreliable in my opinion. It doesn't have the greatest invulnerability time. The launch portion is a little bit hard to follow up on unless you do the ground combo. But yeah, it's okay. Your armor skill. Now your armor skill is very nice. It serves as a launcher first and foremost, and occasionally it will weapon strip. So we're gonna hit the pirate until he weapon strips. So that's 2 tries. We're gonna keep doing it until he drops his weapon. So there it goes. It took 3 tries. So it's a little bit random in getting people's weapon off them. I don't have the exact rate of success with it, so you can consider it pretty much a roll of the dice in my opinion. So it's not guaranteed to weapon strip, but it does once in a while manage to do so. So really nice armor. And for your helmet, you know what, we're going to go into a plaza here to test out the helmet really quick. So quick cutaway, guys. Bear with me here and we'll be back to the HQ in no time. So testing out the helmet here, guys. The helmet is lag sensitive. I'm going to do it on this person right here. You can see it failed. His name is Metal Fang. Hello, Metal Fang. So Metal Fang on this list here has 5 bars. So if he has 5 bars and I have 4 bars, it should succeed, but it does not. So it is very lag sensitive, the helmet, unfortunately. So you might want to replace the helmet. So we're going back to HQ now. So yeah, unfortunate about the helmet skill there, guys. It's supposed to work like this, where you go into a D-match battle, and if you win it, they lose their weapon, and weapon strips them. Unfortunately, the lag does ruin it, like it ruins so many wonderful skills. So it's unreliable. What is reliable, however, is your Trinket Skill. Trinket Skill is a very fast trigger, a very nice stun effect to it as well. Hits out of the air as well, so you can use it to keep your juggles going. You could use it on your ground combos, like if you get crooked on them, you can use it to reposition. So it gives you plenty of time to reposition on your ground combos if they get a little bit crooked. So yeah, Trinket's a very good option for his default gears. So keep that gear I'd recommend keeping that gear. Other options, let me go ahead and show you the counterattack real quick. There's some concerns with the counterattack being lag sensitive. And it is a little bit lag sensitive, but you still get a little bit of a flinch effect, and you still get the pressure effect behind it as well. So it's still an effective counter. So for stats, you might want to go for strength, because Haohmaru does a lot of damage with his attacks. Surprisingly so. He can't loop inputs like other characters, so he does do a little bit higher damage. Also, his skills are a really good option, particularly the armor skill. The armor skill with its weapon strip element is a really amazing feature. It's just more of a gamble, but I think it's a gamble that's worthwhile. And your Trinket Skill is a really great option. It's a fast recharge, a very nice stun effect, very nice juggle extender. So I'd recommend the Trinket and the armor skill if you want to go for skills. So yeah, that's about it, guys. So for some tactics, kind of loosely covered a few things with the dashers. Dasher tactics are pretty nice. Getting behind people and keeping them guessing where you're going to attack them from. So if you want to do even doing this into an input is a really good option, because it can surprise a lot of people, especially if you do the dash forward and then dash back into the left and down input. People might tend to block on this side, anticipating you attacking at some point. So yeah, and using your duck input versus range characters is a really neat option. Doing the whirlwind off the duck, maybe in the down left, you can dash into your duck and then go into another input. So that's a really neat option to do. So if you get caught up with the ducking, it's a really advanced tactic. But don't throw it out too much, because you are going to end up hurting yourself probably eventually. But it is a nice tactic to keep in mind once you get used to the character. And of course, jump attacking is a great approach to using Haohmaru, and in any input character in general can use jump attacks very effectively. As long as you can input off your jump attacks, you can input with your whirlwind or your left and down, your down right. So yeah, guys, that's about it for Haohmaru. One more thing just before we end the video, your whirlwinds, you can use these to set up combos, but they do get up quick off the ground from your whirlwind, so you don't have much combo. You don't have much of a time frame in between getting your ground combo, in between doing your whirlwinds. You have a little bit of time, so you can still do it. And you can abuse your whirlwinds at range to really frustrate and annoy people. So yeah, that's it for Haohmaru, guys. Hopefully you do well with the character. I know you can do better than what I do in this video. You just gotta practice it and do your best with him. He is a really fun character and really interesting. Has a lot of advanced tactics, especially with ducking and doing dashes, and his ground combo is more complicated than it looks. It does require some expertise with it to really make it shine. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you next video.